Now, President Donald Trump has signed a one-year extension of a key trade program with Africa, which is restoring duty-free access to American markets that is aimed at modernizing ties under his America First trade policy. President Trump signed into law the African Growth and Opportunity Act, or AGOA, which means that it will be extending it retroactively from September 30th, 2025 through 31st of December this year. The move restores duty-free access for African exports to the US, temporarily disturbing trade flows and even threatening thousands of jobs across the continent. The AGOA, which was first enacted in 2000, allows qualifying sub-Saharan African countries to export more than 1,800 products duty-free to the US. To qualify, countries must make progress on market-based economies, rule of law, trade and liberalization, poverty reduction, and even anti-corruption and human rights protections. Also, according to US International Trade Commission, in 2024, under AGOA, which totaled $8.23 billion, with South Africa accounted for about half and Nigeria contributed roughly one-fifth of it. Trump's administration says that the program will be modernized to align with American First policies, demanding more from trading partners while expanding market access for US businesses, farmers, and even ranchers. The extension comes amid strained US-South Africa ties. Last year, Trump had even skipped a G20 summit which was hosted by South Africa and raised concerns over alleged discrimination against the white minority, a claim that South Africa has denied. Also, despite tensions, South African Trade Minister has Pact welcomed the AGOA extension while noting its importance for jobs and trade. The one-year extension restores stability for African exporters while setting the stage for possible modernization of AGOA later this year. And this comes as Washington and African nations work to strengthen trade ties. For more on this, our correspondent Calvin Ongbu has sent us this report from Johannesburg.
Amid heightened geopolitical competition with China, which is Africa's largest trading partner, the US has decided to extend AGOA, which is the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which is critical legislation that allows for eligible sub-Saharan African countries to enjoy duty-free access to the US market. South Africa's Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition said the extension would provide South African exporters with some relief. However, the minister cautioned that while the extension gives South Africa breathing room to secure a long-term trade deal with the US, the country had always been clear that the longer extension to AGOA would bring stability to trade relations between the US and the African continent. Economists have welcomed the AGOA extension, but has warned that South Africa is not out of the woods yet, as Trump could exclude the country from participating in AGOA by executive order or impose tariffs that would nullify AGOA benefits. This is Calvin Ongbu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.